Welcome back, friends. Hello, I am Rajashri Shrikant, Selection Grade Lecturer from Government Polytechnic, Bagepalli. Our topic today will be subject-verb agreement. This is another area where non-English speakers have a problem with. So, ivattu navu subject-verb agreement anno topic na navu discuss madana. Being able to find the right subject and verb will help you correct errors of subject-verb agreement. So, idhanalli nam students make a lot of mistakes. Tumba navu valuation time nalla nodta irtivi. Idhanalli tumba confusion ide anta. So, ee confusion na ondu ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬಗೆಹರಿಸಲು I will try my best today. A singular subject, she irbodu, bill, name of a person, car, ಈ ತರ ಏನಾನು singular subject ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಲೆ ನಾವು singular verb use ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, like is, goes, shines, whereas a plural subject takes a plural verb. So subject ಏಕವಚನದಲ್ಲಿದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ verb ಕೂಡ ಏಕವಚನದಲ್ಲೇ ಇರಬೇಕು. Subject ಬಹುವಚನ ಇದ್ರೆ verb ಕೂಡ ಬಹುವಚನ ಇರಬೇಕು. This is obviously a very simple definition, very basic rule. But ಇದನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಏಕವಚನಾನ ಬಹುವಚನಾನ ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಾರೆ. The list of items is or are on the desk. So ಈ ತರ is or ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು is ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕಾ or ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕಾ ಅಂತ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಐಟಮ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಬಹುವಚನ ಆಯ್ತು, ಪ್ಲೂರಲ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. ಬಟ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಸಿಂಗ್ಯುಲರ್, ಏಕವಚನ. ಇಫ್ ಯು ನೋ ದಟ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್, ಬಟ್ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಈ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸಿಂಗ್ಯುಲರ್, ಸೊ ದ ವರ್ಬ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಇನ್ ದ ಸಿಂಗ್ಯುಲರ್. ಸೊ ಈಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ವರ್ಬ್ ರಿವ್ಯೂ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಏನು ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. Your subject is the person, place or thing that your sentence is about. So ನಿಮ್ಮ sentence ಯಾವುದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅದು ನಿಮಗೆ subject ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Important reminders. Your sentence may have a compound subject, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎರಡು subject ಕೂಡಿರೋದು compound subject. Your subject will never be in a prepositional phrase. So prepositional plus noun or pronoun or noun phrase ಅಂತ ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ when we did prepositions. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಈ noun pronoun ಅನ್ನೋದು ಯಾವತ್ತೂ subject ಆಗೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. Usually your subject comes before the verb. So ನಮ್ಗೆ statement ಅಲ್ಲಿ subject comes before the verb. So assertive sentences ನಲ್ಲಿ subject always comes before the verb. Now what is a verb then? The main verb tells us what the subject does or links the subject to another word that describes it. For example, it's an action word, shows action, that is the subject performs. See, subject yav thara action madutte annadana action verb antivi. I walk 3 miles every day. Idralli I is the subject, walk is the action word. Linking verb connects subject to another word or words that describe it. I am tired. So illi I go tired go link madutte am annodu. So it is a linking word. Tired is an adjective in this case. It's the past participle used as an adjective. Helping verb, auxiliary, joins an action verb to form the complete verb. I was walking 3 miles every day when the weather was warmer. So walking here is the main verb, was is the auxiliary. What is subject verb agreement in that case? So ivaga subject ಏನು ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ವಿ, verb ಏನು ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ವಿ, ಇದೆರಡರದು agreement ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Subject verb agreement means your subject and verb must match or agree in number. If you have a singular subject, then you must use a singular verb. The dog barks at every sound he hears. Dog is singular, barks is the singular form of the verb. If you have a plural subject, then you must use a plural verb. The dogs bark at every sound they hear. Rules of concord, rules of agreement, agreement andre concord, they are synonyms. States that the verb must agree with its subject in person and number. So first person, second person, third person, adakke sariyagi ನಾವು verb use ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅಥವಾ ಏಕವಚನ ಬಹುವಚನ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ನಾವು verb ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. The primary auxiliary be has different forms for all three persons in the present tense, am or is, and two different forms in the past tense, was or were. The other two primary auxiliaries have the same form in the present tense except for the third person singular which has and does. They have the same form in the past tense for both singular and plural. Singular, ekavachana, plural, bahuvachana. So, slide in the present tense, singular verbs end in the suffix s. So, present tense nalliro verbs usually yes in the end agatte. Idu ondu neevu nenpalli itkoli. Plural verbs do not end in s. Basic rule: singular subjects need singular verb. Plural subjects need plural verb. I cannot stress this enough. My brother is a nutritionist. My brother is singular. My sisters are mathematicians. Sisters is plural, bahuvachana. It is important to know how your singular and plural subjects and verbs are formed. For your subject, which is a noun, the singular form does not end in an s. So, singular subjects yes in the end agalla. S and suffix in the end agalla. So, andre house, houses. Watch, watches. The dog barks at every sound it hears. Dog is ekavachana, singular. But barks is the singular form of the verb. The plural form ends in an s. The dogs bark at every sound they hear. Here, when you use dogs, you say barks. For your verb, the singular form ends in an s. The dog barks at every sound it hears. The plural form does not end in an s. The dogs bark at every sound they hear. So here it is the opposite. Plural ge bahuvachana ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, sorry, subject ge bahuvachana ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು yes ಹಾಕ್ತೀವಿ. But verb ge ಏಕವಚನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ yes ಹಾಕ್ತೀವಿ. Okay? I need an S at the end of the word. Should I leave the S off? This is the question that most non-English speaking students of English have. So, idu English mother tongue alde irovarige idu tumba doubt ide. The elephant trumpets for a peanut. Elephant is singular, trumpets is singular verb. The elephants trumpet for peanuts. Here, elephants is plural subject, trumpet is plural verb. Some basic rules. Now we will discuss the rules. Two or more singular subjects joined by the conjunction and require and by the conjunction and ano conjunction inda eradunu join madidre they require a plural verb. Because if I say something like you and me, ibru aitalva, ibru andre bahuvachana aitu. Gold and platinum are precious metals. Your father and mother have come. He and I were playing chess. If two singular subjects refer to one idea or refer to parts of a whole or two closely related things, the verb is in the singular. Bread and butter is his usual breakfast. So bread and butter is one idea. You don't eat bread first and then butter. You eat them both together. Adu eradu butter mele butter na bread mele hachkond tintira. Time and tide waits for no man. The tumult and shouting was intolerable. When two coordinated terms refer to the same person, the verb is in the singular. My friend and mentor has arrived. So ivaga nan friend matte he is also my mentor, or nan guide, mentor. So the same person is both. My son and heir, nan maga, but avanu nanna varisdara kuda, is going to be 18 next week. When a singular subject is joined to other singular or plural nouns by with, as well as, along with, in addition to, together with, etc., the subject is still singular and the verb is also in the singular. The house with its contents was insured. The chief minister, together with all his cabinet ministers, was present at the ceremony. Ram as well as Shyam is absent today. Beware of inverted word order. Here is the onions you need for the chili. In the refrigerator is jalapeno peppers you might want to add. So here and there ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ಅನಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲೂರಲ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಆವಾಗ ನಾವು ಪ್ಲೂರಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ವರ್ಡ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಅನಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಸೇ here or the onions. So here and there are never subjects. Cross through prepositional phrases to find the real subject. So prepositional phrases na kitakpidi. So prepositional phrases na kitakad mele, whatever noun is left will become your subject. So in the refrigerator another namge prepositional phrase. So you take that away. So the other noun you're left with is jalapeno peppers. When the subject is a noun phrase consisting of a singular noun as a subject or the head word, the verb must be made to agree with the singular head word. The employment of young children is a punishable offense. The quality of these mangoes is not good. Here, our head word or the subject word is employment, and in the second sentence, quality. When a number of is used to mean several or many, it is treated as a plural and thus takes a plural verb. A number of dignitaries were present on the occasion. A number of anadili plural anta consider martivi. But when it means a numerical total, it takes a singular verb. The number of cars in the city is increasing day by day. Now here we're talking about a particular number, the number. Subject will come before a phrase beginning with of. This is a key rule for understanding subjects. The word of is the culprit in many, perhaps most, subject word mistakes. So now of ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ತುಂಬಾ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. So ಇದು ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಆಗೋಕೆ ಇದು ತುಂಬಾ very important culprit. Hasty writers, speakers, readers and listeners might miss the all too common mistake in the following sentence. Hasty ಬೇಗ ಬೇಗ ಮಾತಾಡೋರು ಬರೆಯೋರು ಇದನ್ನ ಬೇಗ ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. Incorrect. A bouquet of yellow flowers, a bouquet of yellow roses lend color to and fragrance to the room. So ಇದು ನೋಡಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂಥರ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆಯೋ ಏನೋ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ರೋಸಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ರೋಸಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಪ್ಲೂರಲ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಬಟ್ ನಮ್ಗೆ ರೋಸಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ bouquet. So a bouquet of yellow roses lends ಅಂತ ಹಾಕ್ತೀವಿ. Because bouquet lends, not roses lend. The number of subject, singular or plural, is not changed by words that come between the subject and the verb. One of the X is broken. Here of the X another one go verb is go madhya bandide. So adu nam verb na change madodilla. Of the X is a prepositional phrase. The subject one and the verb is are both singular. Mentally omit the prepositional phrase to make the subject verb agreement easier to make. Neither or, neither nor require a singular verb. Suma or her mother is going to the wedding. So we will wobru. So wobru andre singular aitu. My aunt or my uncle is arriving by train today. Neither Ram nor Shyam is available. Either Karina or Karishma is helping today with stage decorations. Rule 3. The word an or, either or, neither or sentence agrees with the noun or pronoun closest to it. So adar pakka baro andre either or, neither nor ee tara iro sentence nalli a verb enide adu adar pakka baro subject ge agree ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Neither the plates nor the serving bowl goes on the shelf. Here serving bowl is the word that comes just before the verb goes. So the verb has to agree with bowl, which is singular. Neither the serving bowl nor the plates go on the shelf. See, ಅದನ್ನೇ ನಾವು ವರ್ಡ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ನ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಬಹುವಚನ ಆಯ್ತು. So we use the verb go to agree with plates, which is plural. When two plural nouns are connected by or, either or, neither nor, the verb is plural. Neither the boys nor the girls have done well in the test. So here now neither nor andre yaru illa, zero aitu. So this is a singular. But namge have use ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಬಾಯ್ಸು ಅಲ್ಲ, ಗರ್ಲ್ಸು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಯಾರು ಇಲ್ಲ, zero. So zero another common sense says zero is singular. But then because we have boys and girls, which are both plural, we use the plural form of the word. This rule can lead to bumps in the road. For example, if I is one of the two or more subjects, it could lead to this odd sentence. Awkward. Neither she, my friends, nor I am going to the festival. Idu onthara keladakke awkward agide. So you can change the sentence a little bit. If possible, it's best to reword such grammatically correct but awkward sentences. Better is, neither she, I, nor my friends are going to the festival. Or even better than this would be, she, my friends, and I are not going to the festival. So ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. So ಈ ತರ ವರ್ಡ್ ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ it sounds so much better. The pronouns neither and either are singular and require singular verbs, even though they seem to be referring in a sense to two things. Neither of the two traffic lights is working. So here you think you're referring to two things, but you're referring to neither of them. Zero. Which shirt do you want for Christmas? Either is fine with me. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ ಶರ್ಟ್ ಬೇಕು? ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು. ಸೊ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಅಂದಾಗ ಒಂದು ತಾನೆ, singular. As a general rule, use a plural word with two or more subjects when they are connected by and. A car and a bike are my means of transportation. But note these exceptions. Breaking and entering is against the law. We already did that. Bread and butter is my usual breakfast. Ade thara, breaking and entering. It's a compound word, compound subject. The bed and breakfast was charming. So here we are not talking about bed and breakfast as two separate entities. We are talking about a paying guest kind of accommodation where bed and breakfast is given. So we are talking about that accommodation. We are not talking about bed separately and breakfast separately. So bed and breakfast andre on the paying guest accommodation. So the accommodation was charming. In those sentences, breaking and entering and bed and breakfast are compound nouns. Sometimes the subject is separated from the verb by such words as along with, as well as, besides, not, etc. These words and phrases are not part of the subject. Ignore them and use a singular verb when the subject is singular. The politician, along with the newsman, is expected shortly. Excitement as well as nervousness is the cause of her shaking. Beware of interrupting phrases. This is what we discussed just now. As well as, along with, together with, including, in addition to, especially, all these are interrupting phrases. The squirrel as well as the pigeons keep an eye on Sammy the sneaky cat. So now you have as well as the pigeons. But pigeons is not the subject. Our subject is squirrel and the squirrel is singular. So the verb has to agree with the squirrel. So you'll have to change keep to keeps. The sentence might sound right, but it is completely wrong. As well as the pigeons na ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಡಿ, ಅವಾಗ ಸ್ಕ್ವಿರಲ್ ಉಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ಸ್ಕ್ವಿರಲ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಏಕವಚನ. ಸೊ ಕೀಪ್ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಏಕವಚನ singular form of the verb ಗೆ change ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Phrases such as together with, as well as are not the same as and. So ಇದು ಒಂದು ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಇದು and ಗೆ equivalent ಅಲ್ಲ. The phrase introduced by as well as along with will modify the earlier word, but it does not compound the subjects as the word would do. Dera chief as well as his brothers is going to prison. The Dera chief and his brothers are going to jail. So here as well as andaga singular Dera chief matra namge subject agutte. But as well as anavaga singular. But and use ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಇಬ್ರುನು. So Dera chief ಮತ್ತೆ his brothers. With words that indicate portions, a lot, a majority, some, all, etc. Rule 1 is given earlier is reversed, and we are guided by the noun after of. If the noun after of is singular, use a singular verb. If it is plural, use a plural verb. A lot, so idhanalli a lot of ee tara words ge matra idu anvaya. A lot of the pie has disappeared. Pie another singular. So ivaga lot of andrinu a ಒಂದು pie nalli ಜಾಸ್ತಿ portion anta. So now singular verb use ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. A lot of the pies have discovered. ನಾವು ಒಂದು 10 pies ನ ಬೇಕ್ ಮಾಡಿಟ್ಟಿರ್ತೀನಿ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ a lot of them ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ more than one ಅಂತ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಬಂತು. A third of the city is unemployed. A third of the people are unemployed. So here we are talking about people as a common noun, as a plural noun. All of the pie is gone. All of the pies are gone. Some of the pie is missing. Some of the pies are missing. The following words may be singular or plural depending upon their use in a sentence. Some, any, all, most, a lot of. Most of the news is good, singular. Most of the flowers were yellow, plural. All of the pizza was gone, singular. All of the children were late, plural. Some indefinite pronouns such as all, some, or singular and plural depending on what they are referring to. Is the thing referred to countable or not? Be careful choosing a verb to accompany such pronouns. Some of the beads are missing. Here you can count the beads. Manigalna enisಬಹುದು. Some of the water is gone. Neerna enisakagala. So it is a uncountable noun or mass noun, so we use the singular verb. The sentences beginning with here or there, the true subject follows the verb. So ee tara sentence nalli verb aadmele barutte subject. There are 4 hurdles to jump. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ you can see those 4 hurdles. So 4 hurdles andre ಬಹುವಚನ ಆಯ್ತು. So or ಹಾಕ್ತೀವಿ. There is a high hurdle to jump. Single hurdle ತುಂಬಾ ಉದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಇರೋದು. So 1 hurdle, singular. Here are the keys. What's there, here and there or never subjects. There are 2 reasons for this. There is no reason for this. Here are 2 apples. Here is the book you wanted. What there's, which is a contraction of there is, leads to bad habits and informal sentences like there's a lot of people here today in TV. And the easier bega banbidutte baige, but this is wrong because people is a plural noun. So you must say there are a lot of people here today. Take care never to use theirs with a plural subject. Use a singular verb with distances, periods of time, sums of money, etc. when considered as a single unit. 3 miles is too far to walk. We are talking about walking 3 miles at one stretch. So one stretch of distance. So we use it as a singular. 5 years is the maximum sentence for that offense. 10 rupees is a high price to pay. But 10 rupees, that is, we are talking about 10 rupee coins, was scattered on the floor. Expressions of time, money, measurement, and weight are usually singular when the amount is considered as 1 unit. $5 is, we don't say are, too much to ask. 10 days is, again, not are, not nearly enough time. On occasion, however, these terms are used in the plural sense. There were 30 minutes to count down. So we are talking about 30 whole minutes. 1 to 30. Some collective nouns such as family, couple, staff, audience, ಈ ತರ ನೌನ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ಕೆಲವು ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಂಗುಲರ್ ಆಗಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಕೆಲವು ಕಡೆ ಪ್ಲೂರಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. The staff is in a meeting. So we are talking about all the staff as one single unit. Staff is acting as a single unit. The couple disagree about disciplining their child. So here when we are talking about couple, we are talking about the father and the mother of the child. The couple refers to two people who are acting as individuals. Collectives referring to professions or occupations usually take a plural form. The police were informed of the accident. So here the police anadana plural ag use martivi. The bar comprise some of the best legal brains in the country. Here the bar, we are talking about the legal bar, the bench of lawyers. When the individuals that make up the collective is thought of as one whole, the verb is in the singular. The committee has made its decision. When the collective is thought of as only the individuals it is made of, then the verb is in the singular. The committee are divided in their opinion. So here we are talking about different people in the committee. In the first sentence, we are talking about committee as a whole. Nouns like clothing, furniture, luggage, crockery, ಈ ತರ ವರ್ಡ್ಗಳನ್ನ ನೌನ್ಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ಸಿಂಗುಲರ್ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. Food is cheap out there, but clothing is expensive. So clothing ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀ ಒಂದು ಪೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಉಡುಪು ಇರಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. But we are still talking about clothing as a single unit. Has your luggage been unloaded from the train? ನಿಮ್ಗೆ 10 pieces of suitcaseಗಳು ಇರಬಹುದು, ಆದ್ರೂ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಸೇರಿ ಲಗೇಜ್ ಅಂತೀವಿ. These nouns have no plural form. Luggage ಗೆ luggages ಅನ್ನೋ ಫಾರ್ಮೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, clothings ಅಂತ ಫಾರ್ಮೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. Furnitures, crockeries, ಇವೆಲ್ಲ we never use it in the plural. So these nouns do not have a plural form. Collective nouns like people, public, folk, laity. Laity means the common man or common woman. Always take a plural verb. The public have a right to know about the decisions being taken. The people in the audience were unruly. Note, anyone who uses a plural verb with a collective noun must take care to be accurate and also consistent. It must not be done carelessly. The following is a sort of flawed sentence one sees and hears a lot these days. So, itara mistake ಮಾಡೋದು ಬಹಳ ಕಾಮನ್ ಆಗೋಗಿದೆ. So, please be careful. The staff is deciding how they want to vote. So, here we are talking about staff. ಮೊದಲನೇ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಸಿಂಗುಲರ್ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ದೇ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಪ್ಲೂರಲ್ ಆಗೋಯ್ತು. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. Careful speakers and writers should avoid assigning the singular is and the plural they to staff in the same sentence. The staff are deciding how they want to vote. So here we are talking, when we are using they, make sure you're using the plural verb also. Rewriting such sentences is recommended whenever possible. The preceding sentence would read even better as the staff members are deciding how they want to vote. Instead of simply saying the staff, it's better to say the staff members. The word were replaces was in sentences that express a wish or contrary to fact. Imaginary circumstances nalli now use ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ we usually use it in the plural. If Joe were here, you would be sorry, but Joe is not here. So if Joe were here is an imaginary situation. Joe ಏನನ ಇಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಿದ್ರೆ, so ಇವಾಗ Joe ಇಲ್ಲ, so this is not a real situation. It's only a hypothetical situation. Shouldn't Joe be followed by was, not were, given that Joe is singular? But no, it is an unreal sentence. But Joe isn't actually here, so we say were, not was. The sentence demonstrates the subjunctive mood. So ee tara sentences na navu subjunctive mood antivi, which is used to express things that are hypothetical, wishful, imaginary, or factually contradictory. So ivella fact ge viruddhavagiruvanta sentence. The subjunctive mood pairs singular subjects with what we usually think of as plural verbs. I wish it were Friday. Itanodu singular aitu. But again, it is not Friday. Today is Wednesday. So it is a hypothetical sentence. She requested that he raise his hand. In the first example, a wishful statement, not a fact, is being expressed. Therefore, were, which we usually think of as a plural verb, is used with a singular subject, it. Normally, he raise would sound terrible to us because he another singular aito. So he jothe ನಾವು raises anbirtivi. But in this case, it is correct. However, in the second example where a request is being expressed, the subjunctive mood is correct. The subjunctive mood is the verb form used to express a wish, a suggestion, a command, or a condition that is contrary to fact. We just discussed it. The form of a verb in the subjunctive mood may differ from the form with the same subject which is not in the subjunctive mood. I was in your position 2 years ago. So ನಾನು ನಿನ್ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೆ 2 ವರ್ಷದ ಹಿಂದೆ. This is a factual statement. ಇದು ನಿಜ. So it is not in the subjunctive mood. If I were in your position, ನಾನು ನಿನ್ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ರೆ, which is not a true statement. It is only a hypothetical statement. I would do the same. So this sentence is in the subjunctive mood. With some indefinite pronouns, we always take a singular verb, even though the meaning may seem plural. These subjects always take singular verbs. Each, every, someone, either, anyone, neither, nobody, one, somebody, no one, anybody, everyone, everybody. Ee tada pronouns na now indefinite pronouns antivi. Someone in the game was hurt. We don't say were hurt. Neither of the men is working, not were working. Nouns qualified by each or every, even though they are connected by and, require a verb in the singular. Now, every athwa each na subject and use madadaga, adi ಎರಡು singular nouns iddaga, even though they are combined by and, we use the singular. Every boy and every girl was present for the flag hoisting ceremony. Indefinite pronouns like anyone, everyone, anybody, everybody, nobody, anything, everything, nothing, either, neither, or singular in form. Hence, take a singular verb. Everyone dreams of a holiday in Switzerland. Nothing is impossible. Indefinite pronoun, anyone, everyone, someone, again, it is a repeat of that. Everyone has done his or her homework. Somebody has left a purse behind. On the other hand, there is one indefinite pronoun. Ivalla indefinite pronouns aitu. Adarnalli one indefinite pronoun ide, none anodu. That can either be used in the singular or in the plural. So idana singular anta consider madbodu, plural anta consider madbodu. It often doesn't matter whether you use a singular or a plural word, unless something else in the sentence determines its number. None of you claim responsibility for this incident. None of you claim responsibility for this incident. Idana erru sentence correct. None of the students have done their homework. Idralli has anakagala. Because students annodilli plural bandaga ನಾವು usually plural age use ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. Either and neither sometimes take a plural verb. ನಾವು informal ಆಗಿ ಬರೆಯುವಾಗ, ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾವು ಏನಾನ ಎಸ್ಸೆ, ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಈ ತರ ಬರೆಯುವಾಗ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್. ಆವಾಗ ನಾವು ತುಂಬಾ ಕೇರ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಬರೀತೀವಿ. ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಸಮಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ಪ್ಲೂರಲ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. Followed by a prepositional phrase beginning with of. This is particularly true of interrogative constructions. Have either of you two clowns read the assignment? So ಈ ತರ ಸ್ಪೀಚ್ ನ ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. Or either of you taking this seriously. The conjunction or does not conjoin as and does. When nor or is used, the subject closer to the verb determines the number of the verb. Either my father or my brothers are going to sell the house. So here, brothers is plural, so we use the plural form of the verb. Neither my brothers nor my father is. My father is singular, so we use the singular form. Or either my brothers or my father responsible. Is either my father or my brothers responsible. The word that is closest to the word adake I agree ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Verbs in the present tense for third person, singular subjects he, she, it, and anything those words can stand for have S endings. Other verbs do not add S endings. He loves, she loves, they love, etc. Sometimes modifiers will get between a subject and its verb, but these modifiers must not confuse the agreement between the subject and its verb. The Dera chief, who has been convicted along with his 4 brothers on 4 counts of various crimes, but who also seems like a cat to have several political lives, is finally going to jail. So here, all this whole thing which is underlined is only it has intervened between the subject and the verb. It is not part of the subject. Words such as glasses, pans, pliers, scissors are regarded as plural and require a plural verb, unless they are preceded by the phrase pair of, in which pair becomes the subject. My glasses were on the bed. Glasses is plural. My pants were torn. A pair of plaid trousers is in the closet. So trousers and a plural adru kuda namge our real subject is a pair, which is singular. Some words end in s and appear to be plural, but are really singular and require singular verbs. The news from the front is bad. The news another namge plural form yes form idru kuda adu singular anta consider martivi. Measles is a dangerous disease for pregnant women. Some nouns, while plural in form, are actually singular in meaning. Mathematics is, not are, an easy subject for some people. Physics is taught by Professor Deskachar, not are taught. The other nouns in this category are moms, home, economics, social studies, measles, calisthenics, statistics, civics, physics, gymnastics, phonics, news, acrobatics, aesthetics, thesis, mathematics. So these are some verbs in this some nouns in this category. On the other hand, some words ending in s refer to a single thing, but are nonetheless plural and require a plural verb. My assets were wiped out in the depression. Assets another now singular agidru kuda now adana plural antane consider martivi. The average worker's earnings have gone up dramatically. Earnings and you don't get multiple income in Barthaila, one day income earnings, but still we use it as a plural. Our thanks go to the workers who supported the union. So you never separate a thanks and heltaila, but it is still considered as plural. Fractional expressions such as half of, a part of, a percentage of, a majority of, or sometimes singular and sometimes plural, depending on the meaning. A large percentage of the older population is voting against her. 2/5 of the troop were lost in the battle. 2/5 of the vineyard was destroyed by fire. Now here we are talking 2/5 of the troops. Now troops andre a lot of soldiers. Adhanalli 2/5. Andre there are still many people. So were lost in the battle antivi. 2/5 of the vineyard, we are talking about one big field. So idhanalli 2/5 was destroyed in the fire. 40% of the students are in favor of changing the policy. So we are talking about the whole student body. Adhanalli 40%. 40% of the student body is in favor of changing the policy. Here in student body, Andre, we are talking about this as one single unit. When the subject is a number or a fraction denoting a fixed quantity, the verb is usually singular. 500 rupees is too much for this bag. 10 kilometers is too far to walk. 3/4 of the area is underwater. Sums and products of mathematical processes are expressed as singular and require singular verbs that we saw just now. The expression more than one, oddly enough, takes a singular verb. But the exception to this rule is more than one anta use maddaga navu adana singular antane consider martivi. Though common sense tells us more than one is at least two, which is plural. More than one student has tried this. 2 and 2 is 4. 4 times 4 divided by 2 is 8. If your sentence compounds a positive and a negative subject, and one is plural, the other singular, the verb should agree with the positive subject. So now in this sentence, one the positive, one the negative idaga, verb always agrees with the positive. Please remember this. The department members, but not the chair, have decided to teach on Valentine's Day. Department members is plural, which is in the positive. Not the chair and the not anta hakida takshana adu negative aitu. So we are the verb has to agree with the positive subject. It is not the faculty members, but the president who decides this issue. Here, not the faculty members, negative. So it does not have anything to do with the verb. It was the speaker, not his ideas, that has provoked students to riot. Don't and doesn't must agree with the subject. Use doesn't after he, she, it ಇರುವಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಾವು doesn't use ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಬೇರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು don't use ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Doesn't he know how to save? They don't make movies like that anymore. Subject verb agreement, trouble spots. So these are the places where people usually make a mistake. The verb is a form when the verb is a form of we, have, do. So it's one trouble spot. The words or phrases come between the subject and the verb, another trouble spot. There is a compound subject. So compound subject iruvaga adu one trouble spot. The subject is an indefinite pronoun. The verb comes before the subject. The subject is a collective noun. So these are some of the trouble spots. The verb is a form of be, have, do. Make sure a linking verb agrees with its subject, not with the word or phrase that describes the subject. The worst backyard pest or the squirrels are not tappu. The worst backyard pest is squirrels here. Pest another namge subject. Again, when the phrases comes between the subject and the verb. When prepositional phrases come, the number of students have remained inconsistent is not correct. The number of students has, because the number is singular. Relative clauses. The dog who likes to chase my cats have run away in a tappu, because our subject is the dogs. The dog who likes to chase my cats has run away. There is a compound subject joined by and or nor. If joined by and, then subjects are combined and become plural. So verb must also be plural. Jack and Jill, Ibru. So walk up the hill, another correct form. If joined by or nor, the subjects are not combined. So the subject has to be singular. The verb is must agree with the subject which is closest to it. Either the microphone or the speakers are broken. Speakers is the word closest to the verb. Either the speakers or the microphone. In this sentence, the microphone is closest to the verb. Neither the teacher nor the students want to stay late. Neither the students nor the teacher wants to stay late. The indefinite pronoun. A pronoun that does not replace a specific person. If I say something like Mr. Rao, when you replace Mr. Rao by a pronoun, you say he. So you have he, which is a definite pronoun. But one, everyone, vague, indefinite. Someone, anyone, everyone, etc. Most indefinite pronouns are either always singular or always plural. Beware, indefinite pronouns are often followed by a prepositional phrase or independent clause. Each of my classes is difficult is the correct answer. Sentences that ask a question. When the verb comes before the subject, sentences that ask a question is one of the sentences. Is the book in the library? Turn the sentence into a statement. So interrogative sentence, now assertive sentence, okay, change madi. The book is in the library. Book is singular, so is use madbeku. The sentences that begin with here or there. Here is your textbook. There are 3 more exams scheduled for this class. turn the sentence around. Your textbook is here. 3 more exams are scheduled for this class. So here we are talking, when you change it, you know which is the subject. The subject is a collective noun. This is another trouble spot. What is a collective noun? A collective noun names a group, a family, team, committee. These are examples. Most collective nouns refer to a group acting as one unit. Therefore, they are treated as singular and must have a singular verb. The family rides bikes together each day. The team practices every Saturday. The committee has made its decision. When each and every precedes two or more singular nouns joined by and, you have a singular subject. Every chicken wing and pork rib sits untouched on Rina's plate. Because there is yes at the end of sit, you know it is a singular word. In this situation, no matter how many singular nouns you join with and, the subject is still singular. Every chicken wing, pork rib, slice of pepperoni, pizza, hot dog, hamburger, steak, and fried shrimp sits untouched on Rina's plate. Because Rina is a vegetarian. Everyone on earth, more than one person, billions of people in fact. The word everyone, however, is still singular. So everyone bandaga singular use ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Singular form of the word. These create problems. Pronouns such as everyone, everybody seem plural, but they always
ಅವರು ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಎದ್ದು ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡ ನೋಡಿ
Sorry for the interruption. So pronouns such as everyone, everybody seem plural, but they're always singular. Please remember this. Sentence nalli ellelli everyone, everybody anta baruttೋ ಅದು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ singular noun ಅಂತಾನೆ consider ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Everyone who worked on the science project is a winner. Someone has to answer the phone. Phrases that come between the subject pronoun and its verb. They may contain plural words, but they always cause confusion. Each of the basketball players is excited about tonight's game. Verbs that accompany pronouns such as all and some will be determined by whether the pronoun is referring to something that is countable or not. This again, you have to pay careful attention to. Some of the workers on the building have left for the day. Here, workers are countable. You could count the workers. Verbs that accompany pronouns such as all and some will be determined by whether the pronoun is referring to something countable or not. Some of the salt was on the floor. Here, salt is considered as one lump item. Lump item andre uncountable, a mass. None is usually regarded as singular, It can be used as a plural pronoun. None of the boys has helped at the game, or none of the boys have helped at the game. Either is correct. Phrases such as together with, along with, as well as seem to combine subjects, but they do not. My son, as well as his friends, is in the football team. The major problem we had, together with the heavy workload, was tardiness. Don't be fooled by extra phrases. With neither and either, when neither and either appear as subject alone, without the words or and nor, they are singular. Either of those answers seems to be right. You can have the bed by the window or the one by the door. Either is okay with me. Seems like plural things, either or, always singular. Either and neither. Words there and here are never subjects. Here is my answer. Here are the papers you gave me. Here is not subject. Verbs in the present tense for third person singular subjects, he, she, it, and anything those words can stand for have yes endings. Other verbs do not add s endings. He asks for help. She asks for help. They ask for help. Tricky subject pronouns. One important note. Look for words that name something that we think of as a single unit, but that actually consists of two parts. These are always plural. Scissors, pants, trousers, tweezers. The scissors are on the table. The pants need ironing. If you add pair of to the front of any of these, they become singular. The pair of scissors is on the table. This pair of pants needs ironing. Then let's try these. I have some questions for you, but I don't think we have time to go through the interactive part. Do we have, Madhura? Interaction time illa ansatala. Interaction idya. Okay. How about helping me find answers to these? Bill, I'm going to the store. If the subject and verb are in agreement, say correct. If they are not, give the correct answer. I'm going to the store. Here, Bill and am. They are not in agreement. So you have to say, Bill is going to the store. Teachers are going to the movie. Here, teachers is plural or is in the plural form. So it is a correct statement. Would you like to try something? Another. Would somebody like to answer this? Answer ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? Are going to be the easiest quiz of all time. Is the sentence correct? Or is, am, was, were? Which would you prefer?
ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡೋರು ಮೈಕ್
ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡೋರು ಯಾರಾನು ಇದ್ರೆ
ಈ ಕಡೆ ಬರ್ರಿ ಯಾರು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಬಂದು ಹಾಕಲ್
Okay, this is going to be the easiest quiz of all time. Everyone at the movie is taking $1. Everyone singular, so this is correct. This is a fun book to read. This is a fun book. A fun book singular, so is correct. One time I were at the mountains. Here it is an actual statement. It is not a hypothetical statement. So I is singular, so I was at the mountains is the correct answer. Everyone are going to the circus. Everyone singular, so is going to the circus. Each of the students are worried about the test. Each singular, so is worried. None of those girls go to the church. Correct answer. The sentence is correct. The last book we read, as well as the 5 in the library, was fiction. The last book we read, as well as the 5 in the library. But here we are, our subject is last book, so was is correct. I have some more for you. We will just go through it very quickly. In the cabinet is a tool that you will need to unclog the bathroom sink. I have found that a plunger and a prayer often do the trick. So I have already identified the verbs for you. In the cabinet or the tools, because tools is plural. Here are the books that Suhas and Darshan need for their research. And here is the earplugs that you'll require once they doze off in boredom and start snoring. Here are the books. Then here are the earplugs that you will require once they doze off. So the sentence is correct. Jasmine and Rohan have decided to double the number of cupcakes that they are baking, since everyone loves moist cake and chocolate frosting. Jasmine and Rohan, the verbs are identified have or love. Jasmine and Rohan, plural, have is correct. Number of cupcakes, that they is plural or is correct. But everyone is singular, so you have to say loves. Anjali, together with her friends Niyati and Neetu, plans a daily trip for ice cream. For these women have discovered that the calories is worth seeing Theo scoop their servings with his muscular arms. The verbs are identified. Plans, have, is. Here our subject is Anjali. Anjali is singular. Plans is correct. Women, plural, have is correct. Calories, plural, or is correct. So no changes necessary. Not only those students, but also their professor look forward to the final exam. Everyone has exciting vacation plans that start next Monday. The verbs are identified. Look, has, start. So professor is singular. Not only those students, but also their professor looks forward. Not only those students, but also their professors. Remember, positive subject. Professor is the positive subject. At the pet store, each iguana, mouse, and hamster try to climb the walls of its glass cage, while humans hover outside like giant predators who are ready to strike. The verb is identified, try, hover, or. So here at the pet store, each iguana, mouse, and hamster, each irodrinda singular aitu. So namgali tries barbeku. Tarak, as well as his cousins, hope that grandma brings her famous brownies and peach pie that drips with generous scoops of vanilla ice cream. So here, the verbs are hope, brings, drip. So grandma singular, brings is correct. Tarak, hopes barbeku. Tarak is singular, as well as another now strike out martivi. Either the dogs or the cat sleep on the bed while everyone is out. Lalita always finds an indentation in the center of her comforter. Either the dogs or the cat sleep on the bed. Sleep is finds the word. Sleeps on the bed, you have to say, because either, and cat is singular. The scissors are sharp, so neither the cousins nor Anil is allowed to play with them, even when the boys need to finish a school project. Or is needs. Scissors, plural, or is correct. Neither the cousins nor Anil. Anil is the word closest to the verb is, so that is correct too. Even when the boys needs, anta correct illa. Boys again need barbeku. Each fork, spoon, and knife was carved from from the disposal since Dave refuses to check the drain before he throws the switch. Here, or refuses and throws or the words. So each irodrinda is barbeku. Dave refuses, correct. He throws, that's also correct. So that is it for now. So that's it from our DTE studio for this session. I hope you enjoyed this session on subject-verb agreement. If you have any doubts, please feel free to ask.